Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about taking your 6.4 liter to the next level. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us again. If you're a new subscriber, be sure click the little bell so when I post the new ones you get them first. Just wanted to kind of go over options for getting a little more power. I know some of you guys are heading into the winter season, which sucks, and your cars are getting put away, but they're going to be in the garage and you might be able to upgrade them. So some of the things I've been looking into, to start out, first of all, what if we went to nitrous? What can we do? Everyone complains about the 6.4 and the internals can't hold boost. There's, everything's going to explode and you're going to have problems. Well, everything I've read, and I did a ton of research, you guys know me, if you go with a 75 shot on a 6.4, that's about as most you can do with the stock internals without destroying the motor. If you went any higher than that, it would handle it for a while, but eventually you would end up messing up your internals. Your pistons and rods and crank are not built to have that much boost. There is two types of systems I kind of wanted to go over with nitrous. There's a dry system that shoots straight into your intake, and the ECM is what compensates for fuel to air mixture. And then there is a wet system. The wet system connects nitrous with your gas and mixes prior to being sprayed into the motor, which is a lot safer with these type of engines, so you're definitely getting fuel with the amount of nitrous that you're pushing. The next thing that I looked into was a supercharger. Once again, with those, you can't go real high. You can go with 6 pounds per Magnuson superchargers, and 6 pounds is decent. You'll get decent upgrade for that, but power for that kind of money, I'd probably go with the nitrous over it, considering you can only go with such a low amount of boost. Let's say you did want to upgrade your internals. What are we looking at there for cost? So the parts by themselves are $2,400, and that's without installation. And if you took it in somewhere, and for me personally, I don't own a machine shop, so having the detail in getting the low end, at least drop-ins aren't difficult because you're just dropping pistons and rods in and connect them to the stock crank. But it still is very time consuming, and it would be a daunting task for the average mechanic. So you have 2,400 in parts. I haven't looked up to see how many labor hours it is to drop those in, but I imagine it's a pretty penny. They won't do much for under $1,000. So even if you drop in those aftermarket pistons and rods, what boost can you get after that? So research done, once again, 11 pounds of boost is what you can get with that. Now don't get me wrong, that's a crazy amount of power. 11 pounds of boost on this motor that already kicks a lot of butt, it's a whole lot of beef. For the money though, I don't know, would you rather go with like a Red Eye or a used Hellcat who are now 46 to 50,000 with a couple miles on them? If you're gonna already rip the motor apart, why do you care about the miles? As long as the rest of the car's good. And once you hit 11 pounds though, the issue becomes the rest of the drivetrain. So your transmission, your axles, all that type of stuff have to be upgraded to handle that kind of power. The last thing that I looked into was turbo. I love turbo. I owned a turbo car back in the day, a GLH, an Omni GLH, and that thing was fun for a little 4-cylinder. But Hellion caught my eye during the SEMA show. Hellion has a kit that will create 5 PSI, it's 62 millimeter twin turbos, complete bolt-on kit, 600 horse at the tire with this kit. That's pretty crazy. The kit comes with the injectors, it comes with a tune. I'll go ahead and leave a link below for the Hellion kit just so you can look at it and gain some knowledge for yourself on it. But that's around $7,500 to $8,000, which any of these type of kits besides nitrous, that's what it's going to cost you. If you wanted to go bang for the buck and go the cheap way, the easy way, and if done correctly, the safest way, I would have to say nitrous, like these guys behind me. I know a buddy of mine, obviously, Jarhead, runs nitrous on his car all the time and has not had an issue. He's been running that thing for the better part of 10 years. So if done correctly and the motor and everything's set up right, nitrous can be safe, but it's definitely cheaper. Now, daily driver and you want to drive it around, I don't want to have to mess with a bottle and deal with that if I pull up to, not that I street race, But if something were to happen, I had to accelerate to get out of the way, I wouldn't want to have to turn on a nitrous bottle. I would want to hit the gas and have turbos kick in or what have you. But that's just my 2 cents on a little bit of extra stuff we can do in the winter time to maybe pass the time. Of course, Christmas coming up, maybe Santa can help out with that. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. We hit 230 subscribers. That is crazy huge. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you next time.